Hello, everybody. Welcome to Thursday night's Messages of Love from Above. As always, super excited to see what message come through tonight. Before we get into the messages, I like to send love out to the world. So if you'd like to join me, whether you're watching this live or on the replay, we can all join together outside of space and time and join hands together and send love to the world. So I'm going to take a big deep breath and just come back to right here, right now. Just allow that love to fall down into our hearts and fill us up and overflow out to the world. Surrounding this earth in a giant bubble of unconditional love to do what it wants to do today. And if you are in need of unconditional love in this moment for your heart, for your mind, your body, for a loved one, a situation, a relationship, whatever it may be, we send love to you right now as well. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that and allowing the space for that. Before we get into the readings, too, I do want to make sure everyone is aware every Monday I do have a drawing for a free personal recorded reading. Here's the video for that. I put out the video every Tuesday for the following Monday. Last 2 Mondays, I've been celebrating hitting 1,500 plus subscribers on YouTube. So a big thank you from my heart to yours for all of you that have subscribed. I couldn't have done it without you, of course. So I've been giving back a little more than I normally do. I have a 1 hour personal recorded reading that I'll be giving away, and also 5 15-minute personal recorded readings. So I enjoyed the last 2 weeks doing those. So I'll have 6 winners next Monday. So be sure to check that out. And also we had a new pick a card come out on where can you use light in your life. That came out yesterday. So if you want to check that out, that's the link to that. Also, we had an Aries new moon a couple days ago, which this new moon energy, this Aries, it's all about what's blocking us from moving forward. That energy brought some answers, and so there's the pick a card for that. And I can't believe we are in like 1 week away from the end of March already. Can you believe it? I can't. So if you haven't checked out your March reading by each individual zodiac sign, that's the playlist for that. And April's will be out on Saturday morning or Friday night at midnight. So I'm excited. So that is what all the stuff that I wanted to talk about. So let's get into the readings. I'm just going to pop out my chat here and get my desktop all set up, and then we will get into the readings. If you are new to my channel or new to these readings, how we handle the free readings, there's no special list. We just go down in order, first come, first serve. The chat is the list. You can just put your question out there, and if you don't want to put your business out there, you can just put ask for a general reading, and then Spirit knows what you're looking for, and we'll pull cards. If anyone does make a donation, I honor that energy exchange. I step out of the free readings, I complete those, and I go a little deeper into those as well. And then once I'm done, I step back in where I left off in the free readings and move down the list. Pretty easy breezy. If you want to make a donation, you can use the super chat at the bottom of the chat. YouTube does take about a third of that for administrative fees. So if you want to make a donation another way, I do have Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square. All those links are in the pinned comment at the very top and also in the description box of the video. So that's the skinny. That's how it works. and we will get into the readings. I am going to be using a fairly newer deck, a tarot deck. It's the Tarot of the Mystical Moments. So I like it. That's what we'll be using. And Dijona Sturgis, you are up first for the first free reading. So you want whatever comes out. So let's take a look here. Hope everyone had an amazing day today or amazing night if you're on the other side of the world. And enjoying your moments. So Dijona, what do we have coming in here? You do have some balancing energy, which I like to see after having the Nine of Swords come up. All the cards are always good for us, though. You know, we can look at them as all horrible if we wanted, or all good if we wanted, right? It's all our power of choice. Because the Nine of Swords is known as the nightmare or insomnia card. It's our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, those fears of losing conditional love that keep us up at night, right? So it is this, energy of reflection. I love all the eyes. The nine is the hermit's journey. So it is looking inward at thoughts and beliefs and what's been spinning around in the head, what's like almost demanding attention from our brain. With the Four of Pentacles here, the Four of Pentacles is a balanced energy. Fours are like four big legs on a table. It's a very solid foundation. And this is bringing a foundation on your outside world. And it comes about with this King of Cups. The King of Cups, they roll over the water, they roll over the emotions, but all the kings are also given air, which is the mind, which is the swords. So it's like all this mental anguish, this mental activity is being calmed and balanced with an emotional connection as well. So there's this balance coming in your outside world. As I feel like the Four of Pentacles is one of our biggest journeys here on Earth, where we realize that the outside world, when we define our worth by the outside world, we feel unstable because all those things out yonder are unstable, right? Relationships, situations, and things are the three buckets that we're told to define ourselves by. Relationships, people change, people pass away, people walk away. So relationships are not forever stable. Situations like jobs and education, things like that, never stay the same. So they're unstable. And then, of course, things, our bodies, our bank accounts, our possessions. It breaks down, it blows up, burns down, deteriorates, stolen, right? So we learn that all those things on the outside world are unstable. And that's where I feel like all this Nine of Swords, all this mental activity is coming in. It's because you're facing some disappointments and things that are significant lately. And it's just having you think. You're having a big, big old think, and your mind wants to do it right before you go to bed or while you're dreaming. So you're dreaming weird dreams and maybe having trouble sleeping and falling asleep, or you wake up, things on your mind already. But it's falling away because you eventually get tired of the instability of the outside world, and you turn inward and upward, and you find that which is stable to define your worth in, which is the unconditional eternal love of the higher realms. And eternal lasts forever, that's pretty stable. And then also unconditional, no conditions. So that, is very stable because there's nothing you can do to lose it. So I feel like this is the journey right now that's going on. But I love the balancing coming in. And if you have a lot on your mind, even journaling it or just jotting it down somewhere where your mind knows it's written down will allow you to sleep better at night too. So if you're having trouble sleeping, that's a hint for you. All right. So that's what they have for you, Dijona. Many blessings to you. And Esmeralda, you are up next. So hi. What's for you? What does Spirit want you to know right now? Let's see what they have here. I actually want to go over here to this numerology deck here. You're welcome, Dijona. Let's see what's in the numbers for you today. What number is coming up for you? If you've been seeing numbers lately, this might be a confirmation for you. Yeah, yeah, because synchronicity. Card number 87. So if you're seeing eights or sevens or 15s or sixes, right? All of those add up together with that 87. But it's synchronistic if you're seeing a bunch of numbers, because this card does indicate a need to have faith in the universal order of events, even in the midst of hopelessness and uncertainty. There's no such thing as an accident or a coincidence in the universe, and the perfect people and opportunities will appear miraculously when least expected. Even when you can't logically comprehend how your dreams could possibly come true, you must trust in the magical power of synchronicity to deliver what you need. Remember, it isn't your job to know how things will unfold. It is simply your job to believe and know that all is well. The hows, whens, and whos lie in the hands of the divine. But once you surrender the outcome, you're shown the next logical step. So, in order to improve your current situation, you're being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles of your life. Cycles that are encouraging you to trust in the power of synchronicity. By living in constant alignment with Source through positive thoughts, emotions, and prayer, you will automatically attract miraculous synchronicities into your life. The affirmation for the card is I have faith that synchronicity will lead me where I need to be. So I like it for you. Great message from Spirit for you, Esmeralda. And that is what they have. So many blessings for you. You are very welcome. All right, Catherine, 1111. Speaking of numerology, right? So, what are Virgo's feelings in this connection with you? Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? What are Virgo's feelings? Okay. Love a little fishy here. Let's see. There it goes. So it has the Page of Cups, which is this higher love, is this newer love, is this, feeling of a new kind of love in their life than what they've had before. Now, the connection, we have the Six of Wands here, which is a balanced energy. Wands is our drive, our ambition, our passion, our inspiration, our overall energy. And I feel like the Six of Wands, it's like what's really standing out to me is two wings, like especially for a hummingbird, right? Those wings need to be, flapping and vibrating at the same speed. Otherwise, they're going to go psh, psh, and go and go flying off in a direction that they're not wanting to be. So I feel like there is this equal-ish kind of energies going back and forth between you two, but there's something about being seen around this connection, whether they want to be seen or not be seen. And it's like, I don't know. They're showing me when I live near my brother in northern Idaho, they have a ton of hummingbirds out on their property. And whenever I'd go out there, you could just see them, especially well during the spring and summer. They're just like, you can look at the very, very, very top of this pine tree, and you see this little itty bitty hummingbird up there sitting at the very, very tip where other birds couldn't sit because it would go, it would bend, but they're sitting up there and then psh, they're gone, and if they see, it's like almost like if they know you're watching them, they're off and they're gone. And I don't know if they're have this shyness or they're not wanting to be seen by other people. It just feels very um what's it called when someone tries, not avoidance, but they're just kind of not wanting to be seen, not wanting to stand out, not wanting attention. And it's very interesting energy because it's almost like the opposite of wanting to be with someone because you want to be seen with them. And not that they don't want to be seen with you, they just don't want to be seen at all. So I don't know if they're very shy or if they're very introverted. but it just feels very like you have to track them down almost. I don't know what's going on, Catherine. You probably understand what's going on with it all, but they just want you to be aware that there is something that's it's fear based for them, that they're just not wanting um, the attention from people. Like, oh, you're seeing someone, or oh, you're with someone, um, and maybe they have other things to hide. I don't know why that's coming in, but it just feels kind of like they don't want to be seen out in public, right? Yeah, it makes sense here. The Three of Swords came up too, which is the fear of heartbreak, the fear of expectations and disappointment too. So that makes sense that they have a lot of that. They just uh, things never work out for them. It feels like, and so they're just not wanting it to be, um, you know, known, because they're like, you won't learn your lesson. You keep on, being with people, and it never works out. They just, I feel like they almost like they feel it'll get cursed if people know about it because of the past relationships not working out. So that's what they have the energy coming in, Catherine. So it's weird. I don't know what that's all about, but that's what I'm feeling through those cards. So enjoy that. Hang in there. All right. So that's what they have, Catherine. Many blessings. Pedia, hello, hello. So you want to know, will you get your salary today? Let's take a look here. It feels like there's an obstacle in the way here. The Nine of Wands came out first, which Wands is kind of our energy. And the Nine of Wands is this understanding of our power. And the Two of Swords is kind of a mental choice type of energy. So I feel like whatever we focus on is what happens today. And they're not telling you the outcome because they want you to see how much of your energy is part of the co-creative process of your journey in your life. Because the Nine of Wands can represent a barrier, but one of the wands is your Ace of Wands, which is your power to choose where you're investing your energy. And it's a powerful energy. It expands whatever you're focusing on. So if I'm focusing on what I'm missing, or what I fear won't happen or will happen, I draw the things I don't want to have happen to me, and I push away the things I want. I expand to missingness. Or if I'm focusing on something going on in my life that I don't want, I'm feeding it, it's growing, it's expanding. But if I switch it over to the other side, which is the Two of Swords, like on one side it's this, on the other side it's this, I can focus on what I'm grateful for, what I do have in my life, what I want to draw in, focusing on unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter. And, like, oh, I'm grateful for my salary, that it's arriving in perfect timing. It's like the energy of gratitude, not the faking it, because our energy, it goes, right? I can say all I want with my mouth something, but if my heart and my energy is going, oh, I'm afraid I'm not going to get it, but I'm going to say like I'm going to get it, but I'm afraid. The fear is what our energy is happening there. So I feel like that's what they're wanting you to look at now with these two cards, is the whatever you focus on is what grows and expands. So you can focus on fear, and then it just kind of self-fulfilling prophecy, it happens. Or we can focus on gratitude and then see what happens. So I feel like they want you to experiment with your energy today, Elpedia. So that's what they have for you. I know. We just want an answer, yes or no, but Spirit always gives us what is best for us in the moment. So this evidently is a learning classroom for you in the moment. All right, Elpedia. So hang in there. Many blessings to you. I know. All right, Esther E. Hello, hello. What month will bring you abundance? I know. Thanks for smiling, Elpedia. It's your talk to your spirit guides. They're the ones taking you through this, right? Well, Esther E., it looks like April here with the Four of Wands there in the Sun The Four of Wands is joy, celebration. The Sun, abundance, celebration, things coming in. So April is the first month that you have this abundance that comes in where it just feels very stable, overflowing, very bright, very wonderful. So easy breezy, fast and easy message. April, no fooling. It's actually April. So I like that. So here we go. Here it comes. I like it. And that's what they have for you. So many blessings for you, Esther. Daisy, you are up next. Will you get a good grade on your psychology paper? Your bio exam is tomorrow. We wish you luck, Daisy. Even though you've studied, you have it all on your brain. Calmness going in. You can access that beautiful subconscious brain that is a storehouse of all that beautiful information that you have. And let's take a look here at your psychology paper. All right. Well, I like this. You end up doing well on it with this Wheel of Fortune card here. I feel like the Five of Swords is you're going back and forth in your mind. It's funny psychology, right? It's all about the mind, about the conflict of the mind, seeing things from a different perspective. So I like it for you. Definitely, this is a positive result coming in, and the Five of Swords feels like the battle in your mind between fear and seeing things from the higher perspective, because there's usually like the Ace of Swords in the middle and then two swords on either side. One's the human fear and the other one's the higher knowledge and awareness, and the Ace of Swords connects us to the capital T Teachers, allows us to cut away the fears. So just breathe, with all of your exams, as they always tell you when you have exams coming up. Deep breaths are your friend. It helps calm you and bring you to this place where you can access all of the knowledge that you have bouncing around here. Our subconscious is constantly recording 24/7, and so there's plenty of knowledge in there that it can glean, and just be aware that you can. I'm sure with psychology and everything you're studying, you're learning about the brain, right? That you can tap into so much. We're 90% subconscious, 10% conscious. So all that other subconscious stuff is all the information you can access. As long as we're calm, we're able to do that. If we're freaking out, like we talk about, it's the cat mind taking your test. So just keep doing what you've been doing. Look at all the wonderful grades you make. Breathe, 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 breathe. You'll be fine. But that Wheel of Fortune is just an easy breezy answer, right? So that's what they have for you, Daisy. Enjoy your adventure. Many blessings. All right, Doll Face Diva. The divas are in the house. I see both of them here. Welcome, welcome. So Doll Face Diva, you're up a general for the weekend. Okay. These two came flying out here. So you've got the Temperance card, which is about trusting things unfolding and transforming over the weekend here. I feel very transformative energy with it this time. The King of Wands makes sense too, because you hold your Ace of Wands, which is you stepping into your power, which I love that the red, what's like, not necessarily protecting you, but what is crowning. It's almost like this is a crown, a huge crown, right? But there's this big energy that's over above you this weekend, and it has this beautiful empowering feel around it, because the King of Wands represents like your higher self. It's the highest spiritual energy that you can connect with, which is your higher self, which connects you to the entire spirit realm. And I feel like with this Temperance and with this King of Wands, when you combine it all together, it's a very, like I said, it's you are the one that's in charge of this transformation that unfolds this weekend around you. The Temperance usually has two cups, and they go back and forth. They start off with a base metal, but each time they go to the different cups, there's this magic that's happening, this beautiful transformation that eventually it turns into gold. And I feel like that is what is happening this weekend is you're really stepping into your power and you're realizing that your energy is what's turning situations into gold. Situations that would be like before, you're having this power of choice that's coming in, and you're focusing in instead on the silver lining, the gold lining. Let's let the silver, let's go for the gold, right? It's the gold lining that you're seeing in things through your power of choice. So whatever is unfolding this weekend, you just have these wonderful opportunities just to switch it and look at it in a completely different way. And it's part of this evolutionary transformation that you're going through. And I like it for you because it's like you have your power in your hands. So I like it. I like it. So that's what they have for you, Dollface Diva. Many blessings to you. New Love, you're up next. So how can we see? Hello, hello. So can we see if you will get the job at Stena? A yes or no? All right. So yes or no. We'll see if they'll do a yes or no, right? So we do have a Knight of Wands, fastest moving, fiery knight, jumping, fast forward movement. So this would be a yes for me with that energy coming in there. So that would be a yes. So there's your answer. Easy breezy answers tonight. All right, New Love. So good luck on the new job. All right, Rhonda, you're up next. So guidance for the week coming up. Let's take a look here. Guidance for the week coming up. All right. I am here. So you have the Judgment card here, which is your higher self calling you into this, higher place. I love this because you also have the King of Pentacles, which the King of Pentacles, they rule over, the outside world, but also the Ace of Pentacles is how you relate your worth to the outside world. So it just feels like there's this pulling up in your life over this next week, just more and more and more. I feel like you get this, message about seeing yourself from this higher place here, and you know that you don't see yourself in the old ways of defining yourself by the outside world. One of the big things the King of Pentacles learns is the Four of Pentacles energy, which we actually talked about a little bit ago here. And it's, we're told and taught growing up that we define ourselves by relationships and situations and things. All this stuff going on out there means everything about you. And we're like, we learn later in life, sometimes much later in life, we're like, no, it doesn't. That person acting a fool is because they are in fear. It had nothing to do with me. This happened because of that. That happened because of that. These do not define me, and I don't have to allow them to. And I feel like there's this just, a continual process of shedding away things that are coming up. And I almost feel like with this King of Pentacles, I'm seeing like the flower here where we're picking off petals. It's like this flower that grew and it was a seed of, you know, opinion of the outside world. There's this flower, and it's like this ugly flower that's like, and it's fake. It's like, how mankind gets involved in changing crops to be weird stuff. We're like, it's like this popular opinion of the outside world created this flower. And it's like you're plucking the petals off the flower. But instead of it being, I love me not, it's just, I love me, psh, I love me, psh, I love me. And it's just like you're pulling off all those petals of opinion of other people, other situations, other things. And it's just you keep repeating, I love me, I love me, I love me, I love me. And you're just going around these flowers and of this, opinions of the past. So I feel like that's what this week is about is you do love you. Yes. So it's more the subconscious stuff that, that we're like, why do I have these triggers? Why do I have these events come in the outside world? Because we have a lot of push down emotions that will bubble to the top. And that's when we go, oh no, I love me. We just allow ourselves to feel whatever it was, and then we toss it, right? So I like that for you, Rhonda. So that's what they have for you. I like that visualization. So many blessings to you and much love. All right, Shruti Handa, you are up. So will K and his family reconcile with us? Will you, K, and you get married? What's going on in his mind? Uh-oh. Let's take a look here. So will K and your family reconcile? Let's take a look at that first. That'll be that one. And then this one is, will you get married? And what's going on in his mind? That's the scary one. Whenever we want to go into someone's mind. Ooh. Enter at your own risk. Okay. So let's take a look here. So will K and his family reconcile with us? We've got the full card here, which is a new beginning, headed off in a new direction, letting old go, and something new is coming. So with this coming in, I would say that that's a no, that there won't be a reconciliation. And will you get married? Here you are, peace of mind. I think you're going to be fine about this because, the Four of Swords is someone sleeping on the Ace of Swords, which is allowing you to see things from a higher perspective, and you're able to cut away the expectations. It's something with the Fool card too. So the combination of these energies is really showing you that you're on this journey. The new journey you're on, you're letting go and not having any expectations on who, how, blah, 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 all the rules. It's like letting a lot of them go. And so there's this, peace that comes in because you're cutting away the, what something means about you, what, it's all those opinions, those supposed to be's, those should be's, the need to be's, the have to be's, all the blah, blah, blah around relationship and, marriage and all that. And it's like you're able to release a lot of things because the fears we had of losing conditional love, you realize, I'm going to be fine. I'm heading off on a new adventure that's going to be even more in alignment with what I truly want in my life. So there is this, beautiful unfolding that's coming in there. As far as what's on their minds, the Seven of Cups, emotional confusion. They just don't know what they want. They have like all these options that are going on in their world, and they're just not sure which to pick. I just feel like they are in this emotional, mental kind of tornado or storm where they're just confused. They don't know what they want in life. And so I like that you're headed off on this new adventure for something that's more in alignment with where you want to be. So that's what they have for you, Shruti. Hang in there. Just know that everything that unfolds does unfold for us, even when we can't see it yet. Eventually we'll look at it and go, oh, thank goodness that this happened the way it did, right? So I know it can be a little rough to think of that right now, but just trust that the universe has your highest experience in store for you. So just trust and go with the flow, right? All right. So that's what they have for you, Shruti. Spiritual Gifts Diva, you'll be the next free reading coming up, but I do have a donation. Thank you so much. Always Victory. And so you want to know, are you spiritually protected in your apartment from your neighbors? Will the negative energy they've sent to you follow you when you move? And you'd also like an oracle card with the answer. Absolutely. Let's take a look here. And I have the Soul's Journey cards here from James Von Prague. So we'll pull from there first. And then we'll pull some tarot too. All right. That's your card right there. Let's see what we have. All right. So the card that come up here is envy. And even though the bottom of the card, it says, I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges, right? We all are. I feel like this is, the energy that has caused this friction with the neighbors is because of it. In a form, it's, the surface envy and jealousy, right? But what's underneath that is fear. And so they fear their goodness. They fear their acceptability and their lovability. Because it says you must learn to accept that obstacles in your life have been chosen by you. To be jealous of the soul path of another is to doubt your ability to judge what is best for you. It is human nature to covet the perceived luxuries of someone on a different journey, but to try to emulate him or her is not being true to your own guidance. You've chosen this life and these circumstances for a reason. By disregarding that and following in the footsteps of another, you would only be setting yourself up for confusion and disappointment. It says you never truly know what is going on in another person's life and what personal challenges they may face. So to be envious is a fool's game. Be authentic to your inner voice because only you know what is in your best interest. If you don't follow your own path, you will have to reincarnate in an attempt to learn your original essence again. I'm not sure if I really believe that, about you have reincarnation is not like a punishment. It's more of a we're curious. So, not totally in agreement with that piece of it, but I like this about, you did ask for these neighbors, right? On purpose, for a purpose for your life, right? They've been stealing your packages. Yeah. Well, there you go. There's the envy and the jealousy, right? They're like, I want what you have. They're literally stealing what you have because they want it. Wow. So envy. And we don't know what they're going through, right? So they have this perception of you're getting stuff that I want and I'm taking it from you. But the negative energies here, let's pull the tarot here and get some more clarity here. All right. Yeah, no, so it's definitely not going to follow you here. Um, Spiritual protection is interesting. I like the envy card when it was talking about that, no one has power over you unless we give it to them, right? It's one of the examples they give is like a vampire. In this story, a vampire, you have to invite it into your home in order for it to come in. And so if you hear a knock on your door and you look through the peephole and it's a vampire, you don't have to open the door. Like, no, I'm not letting you into my life. Or if we open the door and they say, invite me in, you're like, no, slam the door, right? We can reject any energies that people send our way. But if they are like, invite me in, you're like, okay, and then they're going to use you as a feed bag, right? They're going to eat you and take your energy because we've allowed it. But even in that case, you can uninvite them and they go flying out the door, right? But also one of the more common things that happen because we're aware of energies is when I keep on looking over there at my door like the vampires on the other side of the door. Sorry. So when if we open the door and we're like, no, I'm not going to invite you in, they hand us this little note that says, well, if you refuse to let me in, you have to give me 2 bags of blood. And they throw the 2 bags of, the 2 empty bags at us and say, now give me the blood. And if we're like, well, okay, and we give them the blood, we're the ones that give it away, but we don't have to. It's within our power, which I really like that here, because we have the 10 of Swords here, which is an ending. All these swords are all these fears of losing conditional love, all these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts, even these fears that their negative energy can impact us, something that we've been taught. But here, the 10 of Swords, endings and new beginnings. We're getting rid of these thoughts because we're just exhausted trying to live up to all of those, and you're just sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. You're ready to release it all. And just to reiterate the endings with that 10 of Swords, they really brought it home with, you have the World card, which is the last card in the major arcana, endings of old cycles, a new beginning. You have the Death card here, endings and new beginnings. And you have the Tower, which is the removal of things out of your life to make space for you to move forward. This is also endings and new beginnings. But this message of that, regardless of what happens in our life, it does happen for us, even if we don't feel like it is at the time, right? When we believe that life is happening to us, we're in that victim role. Like, oh, the vampire, it's going to eat me. It's like, no, it's not. If you don't invite it in, and if you invite it in and you change your mind, you can uninvite it and it has to leave. You're the one that's in power. Which with the 5 of Cups, I love this coming in here too, because it's like the 5 of Cups is this card that tells us we came down here to experience emotions related to the fear of losing conditional love. So negative energy, we came down here to experience it because we can't experience it back home. We came down here for the contrast. So it's not right, it's not wrong, it's just a different experience. So the 3 cups that are like spilt and that have been this negative experience, when you're ready, you turn around, and the 2 of Cups, which is right here, is your power of emotional choice. And it is like you get to choose every moment whether I'm going to feel love and energy, or energy and thoughts and emotions of unconditional love, or of the fear of losing conditional love. And you're the one that is empowered through this situation, realizing no one can ever make me feel any way I don't want to feel. No one can make me think anything or put a story to anything if I don't want to. And I'm the one that expands whatever I focus on. So if I focus on my fears, I expand my fear. If I focus on unconditional love and gratitude, I grow that in my life too. So I love this whole situation because, like you said, you are moving. You're going to have this whole new experience to reflect on and going, you know what? I don't have to ever feel that way again, because I'm the one that gets to choose, not them, not anyone else. So I like the freedom that comes with this. For you, always victory. And you will always have victory if you want. I like it. So that is what they have for you. And thank you again so much for your donation. Greatly, greatly appreciate you. All right. All right, new love. I'm so glad. I trust you're trusting my ability to listen, right? And I trust them. So that's good. All right. Appreciate that so much. All right. So we are back into the free readings. We left off with Spiritual Gifts Diva. Let me take a quick sip here. And do you have a long-term future with Rishikesh? Let's take a look here. I don't with these cards here, I don't feel so because you've got the Ace of Swords that came out first, which is new communication, new something new coming into your life, right? Because we also got the Page of Wands, which is new energy, new passion that comes into your life. And there's a third party with this Three of Cups that comes in here. And I don't feel like it's them um that like it's not like they are seeing someone else. Quite honestly, what I'm feeling is that they just because they don't have this decision made in their life, they're off, like I think we when we pull cards for them, excuse me, they're always off in their head, they're always off. And quite honestly, I feel like someone else comes into your life that is it's all divinely appointed anyway, but that they're just they show interest, they and you have interest in them, and then you're just like, okay, um, Rishikesh ends up in the friend zone where they kind of hanging out. I feel like right now, you're like, okay, well, that's where you can stay because I have a passionate interest in someone and they have it in me, and it's it's kind of a win-win because you have this friendship that you have, but you also have this passionate relationship too. So it's interesting, but that's what I'm seeing with those cards right now. Spiritual gifts diva, so many blessings to you. Enjoy this new passion that's coming in. All right, Ms. Dra, you are up. So hello, April month for you. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know for your April? All right, we do have this um, movement up in April here. The Five of Pentacles, I really feel like, because this is the feelings of abandonment, being left out in the cold, literally in the snow, being left behind, and these feelings of lack, they get replaced here with the Page of Cups, which is this feeling of your cup running over, is what I'm seeing in my mind. So you're moving from this place of feeling out in the cold and kind of almost like black sheep and ostracized to very warm and very emotional feeling, a feeling of being wanted, being desired, being included. So I like this where you're moving from one it's almost like from one extreme not to another extreme because extreme sounds extreme, but you're moving from one temperature into another temperature. I like it. Um, and I feel like this does have to do with you realizing having some really important self-realizations during April that allow you to free yourself from some old beliefs because you're believing in yourself more, and some triggers, some stuff that has bubbled to the surface, you just looked at and went, okay, I see where that came from, and now it's done with. I do not need to allow that to impact me anymore. Because if it was a program that was running underneath the surface, down in your subconscious, it's made its way to the surface, to the consciousness, which now you are like, it's like a program on your computer that was running, and now it popped up, and you're like, oh, yeah, I didn't want to play this music. I'm done with watching that. Click out of it. It's gone. And I like this. April, I feel like there's two significant events that help transform some old events that happened in your past that had been influencing your viewpoint of yourself, and you really just transforming it. And I like it for you, Ms. Straw. So that's what they have. Many blessings to you. All right, Manju. Hello, Manju. So anything that you need to know, let's take a look here and see what the Spirit wants you to know right now. All right. So you've got the Six of Pentacles here and this Seven of Wands. And what this tells me, Manju, is that you're going to have this reward of some kind in the physical world. Pentacles, like some sort of abundance that comes in, friendship, relationship, money, whatever it might be. It's like you are getting something so much that you even have extra to share. And so you have like this blessing that's coming here in the very near future. And that some people don't like it. The Seven of Wands is like you are put into the limelight, and some people, jealousy, envy, like we talked about a little bit ago, that they feel low about themselves already. And when they see you get a benefit, they can't be happy for you because they're so unhappy about themselves that they kind of just blame, 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 blame. So you might hear some snarky remarks or rumors or whatever, but don't let it bother you. It's not about you. It's not personal. You don't have to defend that you got this bonus or this gift of some sort that's coming in for you. If they say you don't deserve it, you don't have to defend it. You're like, obviously I do because I got it, And so it's just that they feel low about themselves is why they're acting like a fool. And you can just have compassion on them if you want. You don't have to defend yourself, but you can, like in that Six of Pentacles, they're like, why do you get that and I don't? And you're like, here, you can have some tea too, I'll fill up your cup too. And they're like, oh, okay, well, I don't feel so bad then, because you're sharing. So I like that. So that's what they have for you right now, Manju. So many blessings to you. Obviously, you have blessings coming in. So I like it. All right. Then we have the two roses here, Rose and Rose Flower. So Rose, you are up first. Aquarius is thoughts and feelings for you. Let's take a look here. As I always say, you're brave asking about that Aquarius. I'm an Aquarius sun. So I jest. So let's see, thoughts and feelings. More likely thoughts, but they do have feelings here. It's funny. So here's thoughts and here's feelings. We have thoughts with the sword suit, which is all about our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our attitudes, our expectations. And the King of Swords not only rules over air, but has a second portion of air. Actually would represent Aquarius energy. So they have a lot of thoughts about you, a lot of reflection. They have a lot of thoughts about everything. And you're included in those lots and lots of thoughts going on. So they might be off in their mind thinking about everything under the sun. And it makes sense here with the Seven of Cups. Here's the emotions, the feelings, but they are, the Seven of Cups can represent emotional confusion in some ways, just that there's so many different scenarios that are going through their head that are spawning different emotions that I feel like they're just in this mental overload, overthinking things, which happens with air signs. So they're overthinking things and they have a lot of different emotions around a lot of different scenarios that are playing out in their head, and they're trying to choose which scenario is best for them. So their supercomputer brain has smoke coming out of it because they're just thinking. And eventually a decision will be made. And you will definitely, there won't be any doubt what their decision is, because that's the way that they, once a decision is made, it's just, they'll act on it one way or another. And so you'll know. Whenever we're waiting for other people, for the little loading, like when the system's loading and it's 10%, 11%, goes back down to 5%. While we're waiting for the other things to load for the other individual, we can take that time to focus on our own self-love, because that's whenever things are going slow. It's a sign from spirit that it's reflective time for us. And the more we focus on our inner self-love, the connection to our higher self, the more our love vibration raises and goes to a higher place, which draws us in the type of relationship we want. If we don't, then we draw in the type of relationship that we've always gotten before, which we're kind of tired of, right? So I like this for you. They definitely have a lot of thoughts, a lot of different thoughts, a lot of different emotions as they're going through this. So that's what they have for you, Rose. So many blessings. Hang in there. I have a friend, I have several friends who are married to Aquarians, and one of them tells me um, that she has to ask her Aquarian husband every once in a while, just remind him that he has emotions and that she would like some, because they're always so much in their head, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's right. Here, honey, I love you. Here's some love." So it's funny. All right, but that's what they have for you, Rose, and then Rose Flower. Hello, you are up next. A general reading for what's coming up. Absolutely. Let's take a look here and see what's coming up for Rose Flower. All right. Well. So you've got the Nine of Cups, which is emotional wish fulfillment. You have the Lover's card coming in here. And then you also have the Queen of Wands. So and of course, Wands is our drive, our ambition, our passion, our inspiration. Very passionate expression here coming in, which I really like for you. I mean, this definitely looks very good here. It's like a dream come true type of love that comes your way. But I love this. This is you stepping into your power, because not only does she rule over fire, all the queens are given a portion of water, which allows them to connect to the spirit world. So trust in your gut, trust in your intuition, allowing that beautiful connection to come in. She's powerful. She has the Ace of Wands in her hand, which whatever she focuses on grows and expands. And whenever you have a question on what you should do, what direction you should go, you're developing this trusting relationship with spirit, where when you're like, well, should I go left or should I go right? And you're like, I'm not sure. You dial up there in the eye in the sky. They can see everything. And then they tell you, take a right. And you're like, okay. And they take a right, and boom, things just turn out well. And people are like, how can you do this? You just make decisions like this. Things turn out. And you're like, it's just, I got friends in high places, And so I love this for you. Definitely, it feels like love entering in to a higher level if you're in a relationship now. And if not, buckle up, buttercup, because here it comes. I really like this for you. So that's what's coming through right now for you, Rose Flowers. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list. Hey, Deb, love and light. And hi, Brown Sugar. You'll be right up here after Melissa Correa. Hopefully I pronounced that correct. Or Melissa. And you would like a love reading between you and your Taurus. Let's take a look here, see what the spirit wants you to know. Okay. Let's see what came out here. All right. We do have the little Pentacles journey going on here, which makes sense here. This is the earthy energy, Taurus energy here. So there is this movement here of, I feel like things are growing and changing and expanding between you both, because you're moving from this place of abandonment, lack, feeling like out in the cold, and you're moving into this place. I mean, look at the difference. It's like you're in the middle of winter, and then you're in the middle of like spring going into summer. So there is this solidity that's coming in here, where this, before, you may not have really known where you stand with them, where you stand with yourself, because this feelings of lack in the relationship or around love is transforming, it's blooming, it's blossoming here. And a lot of it has to do with you finding your worth from within yourself instead of the outside of yourself. And it changes your whole viewpoint of what you're seeing on the outside world too. And let me explain, because the Four of Pentacles, which is what the King of Pentacles learns a lot through, is when we're taught to define our worth by the outside world, by relationship, by situations, by things. it's all unstable because people change, people pass away, people walk away. So relationships are not stable to define our worth by. Situations never stay the same. Things break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, stolen, right? So everything in the outside world, we realize after a while, is it's pretty unstable out there. It's like, that's why I call it retail price, because self-worth comes from self, inward and upward, and we define ourselves. But retail price is what we're really taught to replace our self-worth by, which is what are we worth to others in the outside world, right? And the problem with that is that it's very fluctuating. It's very volatile and unstable. If you're a parka coat, a warm parka coat in the northern Alaska during the winter, you are sought after and maybe even marked up in price, right? High demand. But if you're that same coat on a tropical island on the equator during the summer, you don't even make it to the clearance rack. You're donated to Goodwill, right? And that's the fickleness and the instability of the outside world, which we eventually grow tired enough of that we turn inward and upward and we're like, self worth. And we connect to this beautiful, unconditional, eternal love of our higher self in the higher realms, which becomes our foundation. And then because I'm not looking to the outside world to define me anymore, it just changes everything. It's like I define my worth and everything else on the outside world is extra. So instead of everything falling short in the outside world, it's above and beyond extra and overflowing. And so that's where we go from that looking like a little prison and in the winter to this beautiful flourishing during the summer, because you're changing your perception of your worth, and that's changing everything because we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. So as our perception changes, our whole world changes around us too. So I feel like that's what's going on right now for you, Melissa. So I like it. Many blessings to you. That's what they have for you right now. You are welcome, Roseflower. Right. Brown Sugar, you will be the next free reading coming up, but I do have a donation. Thank you so much, Sun and Moon. So you're hoping to hear from Pisces. You left a birthday message on Monday. All right. And you're just wanting to know, it sounds like, will you hear from them? So let's take a look here. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think you got these cards. I think you asked about this on there. We'll just see here because we've got the all these. I'm gonna just do these in order here. So we have the Seven of Pentacles, which is a patience card, right? It's what's the last thing that grows on the fruit tree? The fruit. So they're saying, yeah, you will hear from them. Just be patient, right? So it's like, okay. And then we have the Temperance, balance, temperament. It takes time. A patience card. Be patient. You'll get something. Okay, we get it. Oh, okay. No, Hanged Man. Patience. Things will unfold. Things are just in pause right now. They're looking at things from a higher perspective. All right, we get it. Patience. Just be patient with them, right? And then we've got the King of Cups, which is balancing um, heart and mind. And the King of Cups does represent, of course, Pisces energy. So this is them, and they're just figuring things out. They're balancing their heart and their mind. Things are, they're in their reflective mode. They're in this, trying to balance things out, right? So they're in that, and this is the card I thought we got the other one. I'm like, no, they're not dying. They're just going through this ending and this new beginning. So, they are in this transformation and, going on. So, yeah, it doesn't do any good it just pushes them further away. And so I would just really feel like, the only thing that you can really do is just send them love and go about enjoying your life. I just feel like the biggest thing that whenever we're waiting on someone else to do something and to speed it up, um, it's whenever anything is seems to be going in slow mo with all these patience cards, especially, it's like it is, you let them do them, and then what you do is you look at yourself and look at what you're learning about you and improving your self love for yourself. And what you can look at is what reflections are you getting back with this relationship with them, right? It's like you're shocked that you didn't get a response, so there's an expectation, right? That's a fear of, what if I don't get a response? What does that mean? Does that mean something about me, or does that mean they ended their lives? What if they did? What does that mean about me? And what if I should have done more? And it's like, it's bringing up, and I feel like that's why the death card keeps coming up too, is that it's for you to look at your fear of, what does it mean, if they decided to do something. I've had individuals in my life who did end their lives, um, and of course, friends of friends who ended their lives. And one of the biggest things that you realize when you really sit with it is, if someone's going to end their life, they're going to do it unless you're willing to be handcuffed to them 24 hours a day, making sure that they're not going to do it. Because all it takes is 30 seconds away from you to end a life. And if they're wanting to end their life, then they're going to do it. We do what we can do if we recognize it, but you cannot take ownership of someone else's actions. That's the biggest thing, is we can send love, 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 love. If there's something we can do in the physical world, we do it. And if they reject it, then we've done what we could do, right? Yeah. So what are the concerns? So this time, while you're waiting, the cards are all telling you to be patient, 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 and to look at yourself. Let them do what they're doing, and you get to focus in on you. So the fear is what you can look at. The worry you have, what's at the root of that? That's this time, that you get to use this time to focus on that and grow from it, right? So it's like, I'm worried about them. Well, what are you worried? What's the worry? What are the fears that are there? And you can question those, and then you get to release yourself from that. So that is what they have for you. Well, I'm glad that you don't think you'll end his life. That's good. So so that's what they have for you, Sun and Moon. So patience, patience, patience. 3 cards definitely coming out for that. So this pausing period is for you to reflect on you, and that's what they have. So no, I feel like the patience, patience, patience is, that's the thing, is like, what if they don't respond to me in a certain amount of time? It's this time, it's going slow for you. So if you don't spend time working on your self-love and doing the self-reflection, then it just keeps going drawn out really slow. The more you work on your self-love and reflection, what am I learning doing this, then that raises your love vibration, and that speeds things up. Otherwise, it continues to go at a snail's pace. So timing is really all up to you, and what you're doing, because the slowness is happening in your life. Their life may not even feel like it's going slow. They might just be going speedy. But in your life, it's like they've gone to frame by frame. If we're watching a movie and it's going click, click, you're like, oh my God, please go faster. But the inner work is what will help it move faster. So I know, I wish I had like a date and time and boom, but with those, especially those 3 patience cards, that's what's coming through. All right. So thank you again, Sun and Moon, for your donation. Greatly appreciate that. Next up for the next free reading was Brown Sugar. So, what does Jay think of you? Let's take a look here, Brown Sugar. What is going on in Jay's mind? Well, we have the King of Swords, so that's definitely a lot on their mind. This King of Swords, not only does it have they rule over the air and thinking. All the kings are given a second portion of air and thinking. So a lot of thinking going on. And with the Three of Wands, I feel like they are looking at changing the approach to their relationship or interactions with you. With the Three of Wands, it almost, it just, I feel like this Three of Wands is showing me like they because they have so much on their mind, they almost have like three different paths that they're thinking of taking, and they're not sure what they're wanting to do yet. So it's like, they're what is it, the fembots in I think it was the fembots in Austin Powers, or I think it was like maybe like an old Star Trek, where they're these robots and they're just like "Geet," and you can just see there's the smoke coming out because they're overdoing their brain, thinking of everything. So they're really, really in their head. And I feel like it's so much more than just you too, but you're part of it all. But they just have so much on their mind about what they want to do and where they want to head. Blah, 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 blah. It's just like they just are cycling through all these decisions and not getting anywhere. And I feel like they just have this mental confusion about making a wrong choice, regretting that they're going to make a wrong choice. And, oh, yeah, what if, and this fear just brings this mental confusion in where like they don't know what they want to do. So, very interesting, right? But that's what we have going on there. Are they an air sign, maybe, or a lot of air in their chart? But that's what they have for you, Brown Sugar. So many, many blessings to you. All right. So that is what they have for you, Brown Sugar. So next up, we got Star Girl. Hi. And Star Girl, you want to know about your soulmate's physical appearance and looks. Let's see here. What will a spirit be willing to? Oh, I actually have these archetype cards. So let's take a look here and see what they want you to know here about how they will look. Anything else? All right. So let me see. There we go. So it's a pioneer energy here. So a pioneer, and you also got the scribe. And I feel like with the pioneer and the scribe coming in here, it really is this. I almost have like this nutty professor type of thing. I feel like they're very studious. They focus more. So I feel like they have glasses. I feel like they, not that they stink, but they don't like, they don't get their hair cut and have it all in place and stuff. They kind of have longer, wavy kind of hair that, doesn't, I wouldn't say it's styled. It's just kind of like how it dries is how it ends up. Uh, and I don't necessarily feel like they have a pocket protector type of thing, but they study a lot. So that's why I feel like these glasses popped into my head. And so they do write a lot. They are a pioneer, like inventor, engineer, that type of really, really mentally gifted. So I really like that there. And then also they have this hero type of energy too, which I like. The light attribute says passion for a journey of personal empowerment. So I really like, they have this real desire that they, in this adventure, that they can change the world for the better, and they can make things, you know, do that. You know, they're able to make change. So their physical appearance isn't so, you know, they're not a super, you know, athletic. They're more, they've been in the library a lot, um and it's like they have to remember to eat. So I feel like they're, you know, thin, on the thinner side, but they're just so excited, and they just they're like, their physical appearance and looks, they almost have a glow and excitement to them, because you can just see this hope for the future, and then they're excited about what they're able to do, and always learning, always reading, always doing something. So I like it. It's a very down to earth type of individual. So not like super fancy dressed. You know, they're just like, a shirt is a shirt, pants are pants. I wouldn't even doubt if they have like, you know, 7 of the same type of shirt in different colors, and a couple, you know, like pairs of pants that are similar in style, just a couple different colors, but maybe like, you know, 3, you know, like two each of one and one of another, where they're just kind of like, it's just clothes, you know, kind of approach. So that's what they have for you, Star Girl. I know you're like, that's good that you can come in and spark up their life, right? You're like, so we're gonna go get your hair cut. Let's go. You know, I like it. But that's what they have for you, Star Girl. So many blessings for you. All right. So continue moving down the list. All right. Very interesting. All right. So Princess Pinky, you'll be the next free reading, but I do have a donation. Thank you so much. Oh, brown sugar. Sorry, I totally missed your donation there. So let's take a look there. And then Christy, you'll be up after that. Hey, Spring. Shamil, Schwazel. Do it your way. Good to see you, Spring. Thanks for the laugh. All right, so brown sugar, your husband's current energies towards you. Let's take a look here. So Jay is weird, and he's been acting weird lately. All right, well, let's see what's going on with your husband here. All right. Well, so your husband's current energies towards you. I mean, there's this, the Empress here is about like this new beginning, this newness that I feel like they're wanting to express. And we have the 8 of Wands here, which is a lot of passion, a lot of energy. But I feel like with the 7 of Cups here, there's a lot of emotional confusion that's going on. And you know, they got the Page of Pentacles, which I feel like there's these new things happening in their outside world. And don't feel like it's like a romance or anything like that. I just feel like they've had some significant happenings in the outside world, either work or family, something along those lines, even body, where it just has thrown them for a loop. You know, it just has created this fog around their, you know, their brain. You know, it's almost like they got what do they call it, COVID brain. You know, after you have it, you're just kind of tired, and you just have this confusion and things that are going on, and there's this desire within them that they want to spark, like they want a new spark with you. They want this newness, this new, you know, type of thing to happen. But I just feel like whatever this was, all the stuff that's taking them off their game and taking them into this emotional, like I said, emotional like storm or cloudiness, has kept them from doing that. And so I almost feel like if you don't know what this is, and they haven't gone to like a physician just to if they have low energy suddenly or something, they might want to just go check that out. But yeah, because we've got the Two of Cups, so they do want to have this relationship, and the Two of Pentacles shows this need to balance, though. So it feels like they're out of balance in the outside world, and they're trying to get that back, with you. But just feel like there's something, whatever this Page of Pentacles is, this outside storm is what is keeping them um, just looping and going in circles, both in mind and heart and emotion. So hopefully that makes sense. But if they are, if they have been feeling like really, really tired lately and they don't know why, it's good to go check it out. Maybe it's just some vitamins or something that they're lacking in their diet, or something that just needs to get, adjusted so that they can get their energy back. But it's interesting. That's what's coming through for you, brown sugar. So hopefully that resonates, but that's what's coming through. So many blessings for you. Hang in there. And again, thank you so much for your donation. All right, Christy O'Connor, you are up next, and thank you for your supply for today. Let's take a look here, see what's going on here. So we've got the Queen of Swords, you got the Five of Cups, and you have the Seven of Wands. So it's interesting here because there's a lot of energy with this that is coming through. The Seven of Wands is what jumped out to me first, though, because this represents this energy of you being set on a hill, and you get, it's like a reward, right? So when I saw this, I'm like, this would be a yes for me, that you get the job you applied for, but some people aren't happy about it. And they're bringing back this situation in my life where it was like three of my friends were applying at this company, right? And they're like, "Oh my God, they're mass hiring. You should, they're paying this an hour and everything, and so you should come apply." And I'm like, "All right, sounds good." So we applied. I got the job, and those three didn't. And it's not like there was just one job. There was a lot of them, but they were like, "How? Why do you get it?" Blah, 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 blah. So they weren't happy for me at first. They were like, "What? Why do you get it and we don't?" And I kind of feel like that kind of energy coming in here, and that makes sense of like what this is happening here. There's some people that have spilt emotions around it. Um, there's some people that aren't as pleased about it as you would want them to be, but I feel like it's, reiterating, telling you it's okay. They have the power of choice with the two cups that are up here, that they could have easily also been happy for you about it. And so, let it go. If anyone feels that way or has that type of reaction, just realize it's not about you, it's about them and how low they feel about themselves. And, you can say, well, if you're interested, we can talk about your interviewing and practice interviewing, or if you feel you want to do that even. But I feel like that's that there. The Queen of Swords is this communication. I mean, it's the thoughts, and the queens also have the water that are given to them. So this is the balancing of heart and mind as well. So I feel like that there's, that you do get this job that you applied for. And I almost feel a little bit like they don't offer you the amount of money or the, that you were wanting in it, but um, just balance it out with your heart and your mind as well with this job offer. Because I feel like they're going to offer you the job, but really sit with your heart too, because it's the mind that might be going, this is the job I want, but does your heart really want the job? I almost feel like the heart is like, it'll be okay for now, but maybe it's not something that would make your heart sing. And I feel like your heart kind of just wants you to speak up a little bit and go, even if they offer you the job and it's not the money you're looking for, is it really, really, really what you want to do? That kind of energy is coming up there. So that is what's coming through, Christy. So hopefully that resonates. That's what they have for you right now. So many, many blessings to you. All right. So we will move back to the free readings, and just a big thank you to all of you that have already given the video a big thumbs up. It does help spread the Zen love. So thanks for being part of the love tsunami. I don't thank you guys enough for doing that. It seems like a small thing, but it does matter a lot to the YouTube algorithm. So it does help out. So Princess Pinky, let's take a look here. Who is coming with a marriage proposal? Let's take a look here and see. What do they want you to know? Wow. Well, it's not saying who yet, but they're like, but it's coming, because you have the Two of Cups, which is about love. And the Fool card here is about a journey without expectations. It's the first card, it's the zero card of the major arcana, which it leaves behind the world card, which is end of old cycles and the beginning of something new. So definitely someone new that you have not met before, it feels like. And it's, this journey is like when a child is born, they don't have a whole lot of expectations and thoughts and beliefs around things. It's just, we get all that poured into our heads later. So this is more of a free of not looking to control the who and the how and the etc. It's like leaving it wide open for spirit. And I feel like it's a trusting type of situation where spirit's like, do you trust me? Do you trust us to bring in the perfect person in the perfect way for you without you controlling any of it? And it's like, oh, this is a hard one. This is my marriage. But if you're going to trust anyone, right, they will bring in who is perfect for you. And I feel like that's what they're saying is like, you have the what and let them handle the who, the how, and the when, and it'll be perfect. But it's about trusting the journey, right? I know. But that's what they have for you, Princess Pinky. So many blessings to you. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list here. And we have Mez P. You are up next. Hello, hello. What will AGL do next? All right, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know? Well, we've got this Three of Swords here. I feel like they're going to do the unexpected, because the Three of Swords represents disappointment and, the feelings of heartbreak where someone doesn't do what we think they are supposed to do, should do, need to do, have to do, must do. Because here's the King of Swords. Swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets. The king rules over it, and they not only rule over the air and the swords, all the kings are given a second portion of air. So a lot around beliefs and mindsets is what is being sparked here with AGL. The King of Swords here has the Ace of Swords, which allows you to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm, which are rooted in unconditional love. Allows us to see things from a higher perspective and allows us to cut away these small t truths, these expectations. These are rooted in the fears of losing a conditional love. It's all those supposed tos and shoulds, need to, have to, must, that come in. And so whatever they do, it is not matching up to these rules that you were given, or what they are supposed to do, right? But it helps free you because you're seeing things from a different perspective, and it's allowing you to free yourself from this cage that has made you feel restricted and small and powerless before. So it is for you. And I know it kind of like, what? Why would I want someone to disappoint me? Well, because it makes us look at our rules, right? If everyone always obeyed all of our rules in our head, we would just live a life of keeping ourselves caged. But when that cage gets rattled and we realize we're in a cage, then there's this freedom that comes through this. So that's what they have for you right now, Ms. B. So hang in there. Much love to you. Catherine, energy is weird, but the reading makes sense. I like it. Thanks for that confirmation, because sometimes the energy that comes through, I'm just like, what? And then people go, no, it makes sense. I'm like, okay, good. I'm glad it made sense to you because it was weird in my head. All right. All right. Yes, Rhonda, you are doing it. Whoosh. All right, Sammy, you are up next for the next free reading. Let me just make sure here. All right, very good. And so, what does God want you to know? Let's take a look here. I'm actually being drawn to these soul journey oracle for you. So let's see what they're wanting you to know here. Whoa. That went flying, almost went flying off of here. Oh, wow. Acceptance. Beautiful. Let me see here if I can get it to focus here a little bit. There, beautiful picture in the middle there. And it says, I'm learning to accept the things that I cannot change. Wow. So that is like, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change and change the things that I can, right? So right now, the Creator wants you to know that your soul is learning acceptance. And this may force you to feel out of control in a situation or with another person in your life. Just realize that the Creator has given you this incredible opportunity to release control. Yay! Perhaps doing so will help you realize that there is a rhythm, a rhyme, or reason to everything in life. Rather than thinking that there are accidents that are occurring, refer to these conditions as moments of divine design. Maybe it is a person or a situation that you do not agree with right now. For the moment, instead of having a knee jerk reaction based on an emotional response, stop, step back, observe, and make an attempt to understand both sides of the equation, which is an incredible gift for you to practice tolerance, grace, and patience. Realize that although you have come to accept a situation or a condition, it doesn't necessarily mean that you are condoning a behavior or that you support it. You see it for what it is and recognize that there is something rich to learn from it. Wow. What a beautiful message from the Creator for you. So that's what they want you to know right now, Sammy. So hopefully that makes sense for what you're going through in life right now. All right. Many, many blessings to you. Let's see here. We've already taken care of that one. All right. Eliza, hello. You are up next here. So may you know what kind of gift is our expecting from you? Uh-oh. Let's take a look here. Well, you know what? They're going to get what they're going to get. All right, let's see what else they have here. I laugh because it's like, what do they want from you? They want the world. That's all. They want the world. What was like cracked up because what goes through my mind when people with expectations is you can give someone the world and they can still choose to be unhappy. And so it's funny with all of that because you also have the Queen of Swords here, which swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our expectations, and she frees us from the fears of letting people down, right? And I feel like what Spirit is telling you here is do what gift from your heart what you want to, not what you think they expect you to give, and blah 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 blah, but what do you want to? No fear, just because you can't give them the world, and even then someone still could choose to be unhappy. So don't fear of what gift is right or wrong or whatever, because the gift that you pick out from your heart is perfect. And if they don't realize it, that's not your problem. So that's what your spirit guides have for you, Eliza. So I like it. Freedom, freedom. All right, so let's take a look here. I think I said love and light to you, Deb. If you're still here, you're very welcome, Rose Flower. All right. And we are down to Kavita Soroha. And you'd like a general reading? Absolutely. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit has for you. All right. So you do have this new opportunity that's going to be opening up in the outside world for you, but it's created and sparked from this connection to your higher self. I love the way they have this interpreted here, because this lion-ish kind of creature is like this, it represents your human self, and then this represents your higher self here, and you even have a tail, which I love. It's like you are one, together, but there's this getting to know your higher self, really spending time connecting and feeling that self love, really spending time getting to know who you are, really are this powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being that's made of unconditional love, because they're the ones that bring you what you're really hungering for. Because this line, when we come down here, before we realize that there's our higher self, the lion, our human side feels alone, and it's hungry and it's thirsty, and it's told, go out here and drink and eat of the outside world, and that's going to take away your thirst and fill up your stomach. You're like, okay, like all of us, we go out, we drink and eat of relationships and of things and situations, and none of it fills us up for very long. I usually joke that it's like American Chinese food. We eat it, and an hour later we're hungry. We're like, what's going on here? That's the way it feels. Like we're eating it and we're not getting full. We drink something and we're even more thirsty, to where eventually we're a roaring lion in the jungle. So hangry, we're hungry, angry, you're desperate for fulfillment. We're not finding it. And that's at that time when our higher self makes us aware that they're there, and they don't try to kill the lion and put it out of its misery, because our higher self knows that what our human is really hungering for is the unconditional love from up above, not what we can find in the outside world. And it's very convenient that our higher self is made of unconditional love, which then they give the lion a big old hug, and gives it the love it's been looking for. And so it transforms and changes from being a roaring lion in the jungle to a purring little lion cub sitting in the lap of our higher self, feeling full and whole and complete. And so I feel like with the connection to your higher self, that's what allows you to see these new opportunities in the outside world that you didn't before, because you're not hangry, you're not desperate, and you're able to walk hand in paw with your higher self now through life, and they allow you to see things differently too. So I love this new opportunity coming up. It just feels like it's going to be something so different than you've ever had in your life before because of this. It's like you're upgrading, you're going to a new level with your higher self. So I like that for you, Kavita. So many, many blessings to you. All right. Hey, lovely lovey. Good to see you again. And you'd like an energy reading on your stepmother, MR. All right. Let's take a look here. they they want me to pull a archetype card. Okay. Just one. All right. And then we'll pull some tarot here too. Student. The everlasting student of life here. These have light attributes and shadow attributes. There it goes. And it says, the shadow attributes, like in their younger years, they might have appeared arrogant in the pursuit of knowledge, unwilling to translate knowledge into action. But as they mature, I feel like they would say, as I matured in life, then humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning, like the perpetual student, always learning. And it's like, oh boy, we learn so much. They're really communicating and showing like a tapestry. And she's like saying, you have no idea of how everything is so super interconnected, and you don't realize the impact you have on the world through your interactions and connections with so many different people, that you don't realize that you touch this person's life and they touched 3 people's lives and they touched 1,000 lives, and you don't realize the impact and just how much we learn about who we really are on the other side by experiencing who we're not on this plane here. Yeah. And here we have the 4 of Wands, which is happy, happy, joy, joy, and very joyous, very, very much celebrating now. But they laugh here with the Knight of Pentacles, because the Knight of Pentacles is like, what a slow journey this lifetime is. But when you get on the other side, it's like just a small piece of eternity. But they really want to reinforce that the slowness of how things unfold here is such one of the amazing things that everyone loves to feel from the other side, because on the other side we don't get to the journey. We just we think about, I wonder what it's like over there, and we're over there, right? We don't get to walk and have the journey of going from here to there. So I feel like she's just really implementing that. The feelings I have is like they're like they're on the other side. Because that's the impression I got as soon as you asked it. I'm like, oh, this is for someone from the other side. So let's see here. Yeah, because it's peace of mind. Yeah, I kind of feel like this is rest in peace. So I feel like they have on the other side, because they feel very peaceful and very they feel very alive, which is not the feeling I get from humans. Like we feel like we're dying. But she feels very alive on the other side, though. So that's what I'm picking up from that energy. Can be. It definitely can be. I know when we're getting close to passing, if we haven't passed yet, we start to, especially depending on how sick we are, we start to pull back. That's why people start seeing relatives, and how people are when they're on their very ill and they saying hi to someone who's on the other side. You're like, what's going on here? It's because they are pulling back in the veil there. Yeah, that's what's coming through in the cards anyway. So yeah, because they feel very, very alive and very, very excited. Of course, that could be their higher self too. Yeah, look at the Seven of Wands. It feels like they're breaking through. So maybe they are trying to bust through to the other side. I don't know. But that's what they have right now for you, lovely lovey. Hang in there. All right. So LA. Hello, hello. So is your first boyfriend coming and going to have a lot of experience? Oh, would this cause him to have baggage? All right. Let's take a look here. Never been in a relationship. Run, run. Don't rush into it. Let's see here. Yeah, they're gonna have had experience before. I mean, we got the Eight of Cups here, with the which is about leaving behind emotions that no longer serve them. So they have some emotional, influence that they're trying to leave behind, which we all try to do that. But with the King of Swords and the Emperor, this very much is about, they have, like all of us, expectations and, supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and everything left over. It's relationships are one of the biggest things we have so many rules around that we've been given all our lives, right? Just with all these, you know, this is who you're supposed to be with, and this is how you're supposed to meet them, and this is how you're supposed to be, and then this is how you're supposed to live happily ever after. And this is how your day to day is supposed to be, and this is how many children you're supposed to have, and this is where you're supposed to live. It's just like, talk about sucking the life out of a beautiful meeting. We have so much. We're told about our definition about our relationship that we don't get to have and enjoy the process and the journey of meeting someone and falling in love and the journey. There's so many pressures and fears around it that it just kind of sucks the life out of it. So, even though you may not have had a relationship before, you still have expectations that have been fed to you through your subconscious growing up through movies, watching other people's relationships, your parents, grandparents, everyone else. We have all these ideas and all these rules that just we have baggage even when we haven't been in a relationship yet, right? So whether it's through actual experience or from like us experiencing it ourselves one-on-one with someone, or us experiencing it by watching it and being observers, we all have this emotional fear baggage around relationships, um, that we've get to connect to the higher realm, connect to the unconditional love and that wisdom, and start slicing away. So while you're waiting, you can slice away your own emotional fear beliefs around the fears of losing conditional love. And you're not even in a relationship yet, and you probably already have fears around it, right? Isn't it being human wonderful? But that's what they have for you, LA. So hang in there. All right. uh, yeah, lovely lovely, I can understand that. I had a friend of mine, her she had lost her brother to cancer, like, and this was a decade or more, a long time ago. But they it was like in like September of the year, and then their mom found out that she had died of cancer. Then they found out that her mom had cancer like 3 months later, and they were going to chemo, different things, and I was doing energy work to shrink the mass. And while I was doing it, and this is a wonderful experience to learn about energy work, because her her spirit came to me and said, no, I want to go join my son. Let me go, stop, because it was actually shrinking, because they went back and it had shrunk, and so I was going to do more energy work on it. And her mom didn't know about it at all. But her higher self came and said, no, 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 it's okay, back off, boy. I'm wanting to go, so don't heal it. And sure enough, a couple months later, it had it grew back, it started growing again, and she went to the other side. But it is, um, a mother, it's torn. She really, really loved her son and really missed him, and she wanted to be over there with them, and left her daughter behind, but so definitely it can be that as well. Yeah. We'll send her lots of love. Yeah. It must be tough for parents, It's like, no, that's not the way it's supposed to be. We're supposed to go first, right? Not our children. Right. Many blessings to you too, lovely, lovey. All right, Cheery. You like the navy? Thank you. Blue is like one of my favorite color. All right. So an angel message for Cheery. Let's see what the angels have for you today. Wow. So you have the Lovers card coming in here and the Ten of Pentacles. So kind of feel like they're just giving you this nudge of hope that, just trust things will unfold here with relationship, and it's going to feel abundant and whole and full. But I really feel like here, the with the wood here, like the cut in half, here's all the timing, right? It's like, okay, it's just going to take some time to get there, take some time to unfold and get there. But I feel like this is just a little message of it's coming, don't give up. But just know it's going to take it's good old time to happen, so that it's done right. I love how spirit shows me with relationships how it's like bread. If you take bread out of the oven too soon, it might look nice on the outside, but when you bite into it and you get a mouthful of dough, it's like, ooh, not what I wanted to taste, right? And so I feel like that's what they're saying here, is to just trust the process, trust the timing, it will unfold. Where you have this fullness and wholeness overflowing. So I like it for you, Cheery. So short and sweet. That's what they have for you right now. All right. All right, very good. Let me just make sure here. All right. So we have, let's take a look here. So Rose, another rose. So we've had 3 roses in this reading. So thank you, third rose, for coming in. We can definitely do a general reading for you. It smells like roses in our chat room. Yay! All right. Well, so you do have some change coming here, because you've got the Knight of Swords here, and swords are thoughts, beliefs, mindsets, attitudes, expectations. It's a lot of how to do with our thinking here. Just trying to get it to focus a little bit. Maybe that's what it is. It's trying to get clarity around your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets. And I like this because you do have the Page of Wands coming in here, which I find that this is like you're trying to find some clarity around your life, your direction, your love, whatever this is that you're just had been feeling kind of just some, mental, I'm going to say confusion, but just conflict is a better word, like mental conflict about what do I want? What don't I want? Well, you're getting the clarity, and it's sparking this new passion, this new energy to come in, which does allow you to choose to take a different route than you were before. So you've got some information coming in your life, which with it all, with the clarity that comes in, it ignite enough within you to know exactly what you want to do and where you want to head with it. So I like this for you. And the Three of Wands is you choosing. It's not like your path is being ripped into a different direction. It's you with new information and new oomph behind something. You choose to alter your course and go a different way than you thought you would have been going previously. So I like that for you. So that is what they have for you, Rose. So many, many blessings to you. And let me just make sure here, Sammy. Let me just make sure. Oh, sorry, Flo. I totally missed your donation. I don't know why it blended in for me. So thank you so much for your patience. You want to know, has V grown as a person in the last 2 years? So sorry, Sammy. Let me complete this one first. Let's see what they have to say here. You're very welcome, Rose and Cheery. All right, well, let's take a look here. We got 2, 2, and 2, and 2. So evidently there's some sort of path that V is on here. Okay. Let me just look at each of these here. Okay. Yeah. So they definitely have grown as a person. I mean, I've got the Three of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles here. And what I feel from this, one of the things they learned is, whatever this third party situation is, I don't know if they were a third party in a relationship or someone had a third party in their relationship. They really learned to turn inward here for their own worth and their own definition of their worth. Here's spirit with them in their little, garden, learning about themselves. But whatever the third party situation, they learn their lesson in one way or another there. Because here too is the Six of Pentacles, which has to do with codependent relationship type of information here, with the Ten of Swords being really, they grew tired of what a codependent situation brought, because codependency, one person overgives and they give until they're exhausted and give till they're resentful, but they don't allow the other person to give to them. And so the other person ends up going outside of a relationship. And that's where I think that Three of Cups is coming in too. But they've really worked through a lot of this expectations and their fears of losing conditional love, because the Ten of Swords is like leaving behind those old ways of thinking and they're moving into a different one, which again, kind of reiterated here again with the Devil card. The Devil card shakes and rattles and rolls all of these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and allows people to see their emotions. The Five of Cups is this, feelings of disappointment and any of the emotions that have to do with the lower vibrational energies of fear, those fears of losing conditional love. But the Two Cups here, they've really learned and stepped into yeah, we'll see about that. But I feel like they've learned their power of choice. They've learned a lot about that they get to choose how they feel in any moment, and that it's not other people. We can make it easier or harder for each other to choose fear or love, but we're the ones that choose it, right? And again, here's the power of choice coming in. Again, they've really looked over their past with the Six of Cups, with which is the nostalgia, looking back over old memories and learning again, this is the Chariot card, is the power of choice card, which showed them over these last couple of years that regardless of what someone does or whatever's happening on the inside outside, I am the one that chooses what story I apply to it, what emotion I want to feel as I go through it, and what energy I want to invest in something. So they really have learned this power of choice. But now you're asking, does that mean they appreciate monogamy now? They appreciate the power of choice now. They realize that their actions are their own, but I don't know if we really. And I'm going to pull a quick card for that because thank you for your patience. I totally didn't prioritize your reading, so I want to give you a little extra here. Well, mixed message here because we got the King of Pentacles, which means they really understand their worth in relationship to the outside world, but I still feel like they don't like to be caged. I feel like they still like their freedom, but I feel like they've learned not to try not to get into situations where they don't have to make that choice, like not promising people, yeah, I'll be monogamous, and then they realize that they can't, they can't do it. I feel like they still have this they feel very fiery. I don't know if they're a fire sign, but they just feel like they have this, like a forest fire. They just need to blaze forward. They don't want to be a fire pit, be contained. They just want to be this forest fire that just burns wherever it may go. So that's what I feel with that. So that's what they have for you, Flo. Thank you again for your donation and your patience there. So hopefully that helps. All right. Let's make sure here. So always victory. Thank you for your second donation here. And it also like an oracle. Sure. So if spirit warfare is over, then why are your symptoms persisting? Especially the issue entity in your heart chakra will clearly going. Okay. Yeah. Let's take a look here. And I do want to pull here from the numerology cards here. Let's see what they got here. Yeah, it doesn't need to feel that way, right? Yeah, but that's what they feel. Yeah. That's that power of choice, right? So we've got the love card coming in here. Always victory. Heart chakra. So let's see here what comes through here, and then we'll pull some tarot too. So this card indicates a need to see the world through the eyes of love and to remember at all times that only love is real. So, yeah. All right. Yeah, we'll circle back here in a sec with that. So when you look beyond the illusion to see the beauty in the world, you align yourself with Source and the intentions of your soul. Because you attract what you are, when you see through the eyes of love, that's what will surround you in all areas of your life. So this card also indicates a need to go within to recognize and address any limiting thoughts and beliefs that are holding you back from experiencing love. So this is a time when you can ask yourself, am I truly open to giving and receiving love? Do I truly believe I am worthy of love? And do I really believe that love exists for me? Because love only comes when you believe that it exists and when you're open to giving and receiving it, and when you know that you are worthy. In order to improve your current situation, you're being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles of your life. Cycles that are encouraging you to see and believe in love. When you believe in yourself and cherish your life as it is today, love will embrace you in ways you've never known. Unconditional love of self and others will attract more love into your life. The affirmation for the card is, I see through the eyes of love and attract more love into my life. So let's take a look here and see what else they want to add in. That's pretty clear though, right? Okay. Alrighty. Okay. So we do have the Ace of Swords here, which the Ace of Swords, I mean, look here, here's the little keyhole in the key. I like this because the Ace of Swords allows us to connect to the capital T truth of the higher realm, right? It allows us to see the world from a higher place, from a different place, rooted in those beliefs of unconditional love, which allows us to cut away thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are the small t truths, those fears of losing conditional love or any fear beliefs. So it allows us to cut away and clear these, right? Because we have the Nine of Wands, which is about learning and stepping into your power. And the Nine of Wands normally has like 9 wands that are blocking our way, right? Like a barrier. And the 9 is the Hermit's journey, which is about you turning inward and discovering how much of your own energy impacts things in your life, right? And so that's like when I focus my energy, if I focus my energy on any fears I have, like if I feel something's missing in my life, the missingness grows. If I focus on something that's in my life that I don't want, then it grows bigger. And if I focus on, like if I'm focusing on something that I'm fearing will leave my life, I repel it. And if I focus on my fear of something coming into my life, I actually, and draw it in. When I switch it, and like it said with that card, when I focus on love, when I open up to love and unconditionally love, even those dirty, rotten scoundrels that steal those packages, right? If I unconditionally love, then that gratitude, I focus on gratitude and what I do want, and unconditional love and joy, peace and laughter, then that expands. So when we focus on what we don't want, we actually feed it and it grows bigger. Like that Native American story around the grandfather talking to the grandchild about everyone has a dark wolf and a white wolf within them, and they're always battling, which one wins, grandpa? And they're like, whichever one you feed, right? And so I feel like that's coming in here because you actually did get the Hermit card itself, which is about turning inward and really connecting to that beautiful love from above, to allow that to flow in and flood your chakras, flood everything, allowing the unconditional love to come in. Because we also have the King of Pentacles, which is, they rule over, the outside world, but they really learn a lot about their worth and how they relate their worth to the outside world, which, comes back into maybe some thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that can be, some fears around our worth and what we deserve and don't deserve can be, chiseled away. If there's something that doesn't come to mind, it could be in your subconscious that's creating, the energy. So you can, journal, or if you have some way of really looking at your communicating with your inner child and your subconscious. It's like some people write with the hand that's not dominant, or, I'm sure you probably have some ways that you connect with your subconscious or your inner child. Allow them to write a letter to you and around worth, and there could be some clearing of some stuff there too. Because I do see here the Three of Wands, you do end up having this switch and changing direction. So you definitely have this energy shift. And I feel like the more that you focus your energy on unconditional love and being aware of where you're investing your energy, that clears the heart chakra. And I just feel like there's some fear in there that is, well, what the clog is. And it's the belief that, when we believe other people have power over us, it takes a little bit of time for it to really sink into our mind and our heart that I am the powerful one. No one can curse me. No one can make me feel any different. I'm the one that gets to choose how I feel. I'm the one that gets to choose what story I put around things, and I'm the one that gets to choose where I invest my energy. No one else. When we're blaming other people, then that's fear, because we are giving away our power and we don't want to take responsibility for that, or we're taught really that we don't have that power. And we're like, wait a minute. Yeah, I do. And that's when you really step in. So I like that for you. So hopefully that answered it. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Rhonda. We're taught so much fear from when we're very young. Changing our habit. It's just changing our habit. That's all. Just simply change our habit. We know how that goes. But it's doing things, reminders, alarms on our phone. What are we filling our eyes and our ears and our nose and our mouth and our touch with? It's love or fear. Whatever we're feeding is what grows and expands. Yeah. Very good. just, just. All right. So thank you so much for your donation. Always victory. And I think that was everyone. Let me just make sure I didn't skip over anybody that didn't have one reading already. Sammy, just real quick. All right, very good. All right, so I am to the end of this session. So before I finish, Sammy, you'll be my last free reading. I just want to make sure everyone is aware, if you're new to my channel, I do have a weekly giveaway each Monday. And here is the link to the video for next week. So I'm celebrating hitting over 1,500 subscribers on YouTube. So thank you guys so much. I couldn't have done it without you, of course. So I'm giving away, in addition to the 1 hour personal recorded reading I've been giving away, I'm also adding in 5 15-minute personal recorded readings. So if you want to get into that, be sure to check that out. And so you can, check that. So I just want to make sure of that. Oh, no problem, Sammy. It's a quick question anyway, so no problem at all. And so you were asking, does God want you to read tarot? You're not sure if you could. Oh, yeah. Let's take a look here and see. We'll see if we'll get like a Queen of Cups or High Priestess or one of the spiritual contacting spirit cards. So let's take a look here. So you have the 10 of Pentacles coming in here, which I feel like with the 10 of Pentacles, that there's going to be this this changing of things in your outside life here. So I don't feel like they're guiding you to like read tarot. For some reason, are you interested in astrology as well? I don't know why. I just feel like I'm seeing the orbit of the planets going around here and how the planets interact with one another. So I don't know if you are studying astrology or wanting to, like you're like, I don't know, tarot or astrology, tarot or astrology. I feel like they're nudging you towards astrology with this, because I just feel like it's in the houses too. Yeah. So here's like see the house back here. The house is in the chart and etc. So maybe just dabble a little more. And there's a lot of free content out in the, on the web too. So yeah, check into that and see if that interests you there. I feel like that's a good, like that they want you to look at that first for some reason. But tarot, they're just like, um, for yourself, yeah. But I feel like, tarot and astrology really interact a lot together too. So I feel like they want to give you this astrology background first, but that's what they have. Interesting. I was like, what? The Ten of Pentacles, that's not astrology, but why should I be surprised? Spirit just, they always give me messages. You are very welcome. So that is what we have for this evening. The good news is I start my busy weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sundays. I'm on twice a day, 11 a.m. in the morning Mountain Time, and then also 7 p.m. Mountain Time. So I'll be on quiet a bit this weekend. Tomorrow night at midnight, so Saturday morning or Friday night, we do have the new April readings coming up too for next month. So I'm excited. All right, everybody. So thank you so much for being here. And again, thank you for all the thumbs up that you've given the video. It just really helps spread the Zen love. So thank you being part of the love tsunami, and always blown away by the thirst that you guys have for hearing from Spirit and communicating and growing closer to Spirit. Always great to see you. All my regulars here too. Rhonda, high fives, high fives, high fives. Appreciate you guys so much and all the love that you bring in. I get to feel all of your energy, and it is a blessing. So thank you again for being here. And remember, as you go throughout each and every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you guys again, hang in there, take care of yourselves. Much love to you, and we'll see you soon.